मण का टोला
धक्का मार क्यों कर गाड़ी लूप पे अटकी है कलाकार रूस साड़ी
मैं नहीं कह रहा हिंदुओं का मजाक उड़ाओ, खूब उड़ाओ भाई, डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, पर मुस्लिम्स का मजाक उड़ाने का भी ध्यान में गोल्डा रखो, तब जाके मानूंगा कि हाँ तुम सेक्युलर के चौधे हो।
और पंडित सेक्सी मंत्र पढ़ का भी ब्याह करवा दे जल्दी।
इसको ना पता है कौन कर सकता है, इसको तो कोई बावली गांड नहीं कर सकता है। वो अच्छा शो भी तो पाकिस्तान में हो रहा है।
ओपिनियन ऑन मुंबई का निखिल रिसेंट बना है, वो गोबरान दानिश के भाई ठीक है। मैं बताऊं यार, अब तक तो दानिश की थोड़ी बहुत क्या है, दानिश का कई तो टिकटॉक पे मर गया बहन।
पर कोई बात नहीं भाई, इंडिया डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री है, तुम मजाक बना सकते हो, पर सिर्फ हिंदुइज्म ही क्यों? अब भाई दो सवाल उठ के आते हैं। पहला ये कि ये लोग हिंदुइज्म का मजाक क्यों उड़ाते हैं, और दूसरा ये कि ये सिर्फ हिंदुइज्म का मजाक क्यों उड़ाते हैं, किसी और रिलीजन का क्यों नहीं?
And then along with that, he also adds the whole thing that you can mock one religion, and then if you take other religions as in the name of equality, people are definitely going to take your ass for saying that. Like, just what the man.
मैं नहीं कह रहा हिंदुओं का मजाक मत उड़ाओ, खूब उड़ाओ भाई, डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, पर मुस्लिम्स का मजाक उड़ाने का भी गांड में गूंदा रखो, तब जाके मानूंगा कि हाँ तुम बहुत सेक्युलर के चौधे हो।
And that he gives an excuse for mocking Hinduism because democracy, and that he just kind of ends up protecting it, which is protecting it with this whole cultural argument, saying that it's culture, democracy and whatnot.
मैं बिलीव करता हूँ इक्वालिटी में, कि अगर कहीं हिंदुओं का मजाक उड़ रहा है तुम हंस रहे हो, कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं, हंसो, पर कहीं दूसरे रिलीजन का मजाक उड़ रहा है तुम वहाँ भी हंसना सीखो। डेवी ने एक बार क्रिश्चियनिटी के ऊपर एक जोक मार दिया था, उसके बाद चर्च वालों ने उनकी ऐसी कर दी, मतलब उनके ऊपर लीगल एक्शन भी लिया, उनसे सॉरी बुलवाई, मतलब बहुत ज्यादा गांड किसका। देखो यार, मैं किसी की पर्सनल लाइफ में नहीं घुसना चाहता कि ये देखो दीपिका पादुकोण मार घूरी है, रणवीर सिंह को खेल ले रहा है, और ये सब क्या कर रहे हैं, बकचोदी कर रहे हैं। भाई रणवीर सिंह ये सोच रहा है तो हम भी यही सोचें, क्यों सोचेंगे यार, तुम पे अपना दिमाग है बहन, वो भी तो इंसान है। इस बार इसमें एनर्जी किंग रणवीर सिंह भी है, इस बार इसमें एनर्जी किंग रणवीर सिंह भी है, अब इसमें आ गए एनर्जी किंग रणवीर सिंह भी, इसके अंदर एनर्जी भरने आ गया। बोला टिकटॉक का लास्ट रोस्ट था, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है मैं रोस्ट नहीं निकालूंगा टिकटॉक का, अब रील्स आ गया ना, रील्स का रोस्ट करेंगे, अब तुम्हें पता क्या क्या हो जाएगा, उसमें सेम चीज है।
आपने मेरे को कही रोका बैंक चला दिया, सुबह 10 बजे उठ के आरटीजीएस करवाया, मेरी आंख न खुली, फिर मैंने कही पापा तक 12 बजे मैं पापा चला जाऊंगा बैंक का, बैंक में जब अपनी ऐसे समझा।
भाई अगर आपको मसल बनानी है ना, अगर आपको बॉडी बिल्ड यार सबसे पहले गिराना बच्चों।
भाई एक लौटा ऐसा प्राणी है जो बहन को खुले में कॉपी करता है। जितने भी लौटे जिम जाते हैं, जिम जाके मशीन हिला देते हैं और घर आते कुछ और हिला देते हैं। मैं उनको बोलना चाहूंगा, बोल रही है बेटे तो बड़े बाउली गार्ड हो गए। अरे भाई इतना दिल पे ले जाएगा क्या तू, कंटेंट चुराने लग जाए।
कई भाई ऑफेंड हो गए, तुम्हें पता क्या करना है, मैंने आईडी मेंशन कर रहा हूँ उसकी ना, माँ बात खत्म, उसकी माँ गाली बको बैंड के लोड़े की गांड फाड़ दो, ऐसा कर दो अकाउंट उड़ा दो उसका। एक काम करो, यहाँ मेंशन कर रहा हूँ उड़ा दो भाई, यहाँ दोबारा मेंशन कर रहा हूँ, दोबारा मत, एक बार गाली बगली 4 बार हो गया, जाओ यहाँ मेंशन कर।
And then when people say why the f are you bullying people, like they're literally crying and shit because of your video, people are almost dying and all that because of your video. I'm not kidding, one person literally almost died because of his video, like I'm not joking man, like the person he attacked in his video very much died. So average man, like what the hell are you doing man, like seriously।
देखो भाई जितने भी पाकिस्तान के बंदे इस वीडियो को देख रहे हैं यार, ऑफेंड मत होना यार, सारे दुश्मन ही भाई है यार, सब कुछ नहीं होता, ठीक है। छोड़ो भाई, मुद्दे की बात पे आते हैं। आज का मुद्दा मेरा पाकिस्तान बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, क्योंकि मेरा मन नहीं कर रहा था पाकिस्तान के ऊपर कुछ बनाने का, जब करेगा तो बना दूंगा। कभी तुम्हें लग रहा हो कि ये दोस्ती बढ़ाना चाह रहा है, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं होना, ठीक है। तो और दूसरे उसके बाद तुम कहाँ शो कर रहे हो, पाकिस्तान में, मतलब पाकिस्तान जैसी शानदार जगह में तुम शो कर रहे हो। तुम्हारे अंदर पता क्या होना चाहिए, तुम्हारे अंदर ईगो नहीं होनी चाहिए, तुम्हारे अंदर शर्म होनी चाहिए। एक चीज बताओ, इंडिया में ना अभी लॉकडाउन लगा रखा है, क्या पाकिस्तान के लोगों ने अपने दिमाग में 1948 से लॉकडाउन लगा रखा है क्या? पर तुम्हारे यहाँ पे क्या है कि नाक में सांप दो और मुंह में से निकाल दो भाई, ये तो बात जमीनी। आज जिसका मैं रोस्ट करने वाला हूँ कोई इंसान नहीं है, कुछ बकरी चौधे हैं, ठीक है। मतलब मैं पूरी कंट्री का रोस्ट करने वाला हूँ, मैं पाकिस्तान का रोस्ट करने वाला हूँ। सपोज टेक्निकल गुरुजी जैसा चैनल कोई पाकिस्तान में खोलना चाहे तो उसका नाम क्या होगा? टेक्निकल बोला
मार चोद दिए भैया जी आप तो।
गाइस आपको पता है जब कोई पाकिस्तानी सुसाइड हेल्पलाइन पे कॉल करता है तो अगला बंदा उसका क्या पूछता है, उसकी जैकेट का साइज। भाई देखो, मैं जितनी भी पाकिस्तानी पब्लिक मेरी वीडियो देख रही है, मैं आपको बोलना चाहूँगा कि ये भाई एक रोस्ट वीडियो था, इस ट्वीट के रिप्लाई में आ गया तो इसको सीरियसली मत लेना यार, ये मेरी पहली और आखिरी वीडियो आप लोगों के ऊपर।
So pretty much he just ended up roasting the country too bad in the first video. YouTube deleted that video. YouTube was like Nickelodeon, and then
और अब आगे
Alright, so moving on, we have the next segment, which is of course Lakshay Chaudhary. Now, of course, I don't think I've talked about him in the previous videos, but this dude, so basically, if you guys who don't know who Lakshay is, basically he's pretty much Elvish's friend, and some guy. Yeah, basically, back in the day, he used to call himself a roaster, and pretty much calls himself a roaster. Pretty much, Lakshay Chaudhary is pretty much basically the guy, like, if you don't have a pelvis, the guy who pretty much supports the pelvis. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if pelvis can stand up for himself, he's got Lakshay. And as I mentioned about pelvis, he needs luck pretty much. It's pretty much evident that, of course, pelvis needs Lakshay and his friends' validation for getting forward. Like, it just says, like, pelvis just if Lakshay says something, that this app is shit, then Elvis is like, yeah, of course it is. I don't use that app. Nope, like that. So basically, the whole Lakshay, the problem with him, I'm not gonna talk about him much in this video because, of course, we have. I'll talk about him more and more in the next video. He's gonna come out soon. So basically, Lakshay has this whole problem with dealing with people, and I mean, I thought he was actually changed. Every time I think like man's changed, but then he does these sort of things.
ओपिनियन ऑन मुंबई का निखिल रिसेंट का अब वो गोफरान दानिश के भाई भोसड़ी के मैं बताऊं यार, अब तक तो दानिश की थोड़ी बहुत थी, क्या है दानिश भोसड़ी का छक्का ही तो था टिकटॉक पे, मर गया बहन।
दूसरा पॉइंट इनका हमारे लिए टॉक्सिक। भाई हम तो फुल टॉक्सिक हैं, दूसरों पर फुल एलिगेशंस लगा देते हैं, बोल देते हैं हैशटैग एंड, भले कोई एंड ना हुआ हो। सर एक और है साइमन सेज और डैंक रिशु, वो भी बहुत अच्छे कंटेंट क्रिएटर हैं। खैर अब पूरी अपनी ज़िंदगी मुझे डेडिकेट कर दे, वीडियोस बनाता रहे, मेरा नाम लेता रहे, लेकिन जो तुझे चाहिए वो मैं तुझे नहीं दूंगा, क्योंकि स्वरों के मुंह कोई नहीं लगता।
हेलो।
हाँ बाबू कौन? लक्ष्य बाबू बोल रहा हूँ।
और हाँ चल, तुझे पूरे साल के लिए मैंने कंटेंट दे दिया, अब मेरी ये क्लिप्स कमेंट्स पूरे साल यूज करता रहियो, कंटेंट क्रिएट करता रहियो।
Like, man, seriously, what the hell is this? Like, because a few people are almost dying, and then you don't, on top of that, you don't even respect dead people, and then this is the guy who pretty much talks about morality, so...
फिर 14-15 साल के बालक जो पहले ही अपनी जिंदगी से बहुत फ्रस्ट्रेटेड है, जिनका बाप रात को दारू पी के उन्हें बेल्ट से मारता है, वो आई जाएंगे तुम्हारी पॉलिसिंग करने। कहने को बड़े डैंक लाउड बनते हैं, लेकिन अगर कोई इनके एथिक्स को एक क्वेश्चन भी कर दे, और एथिक्स को क्वेश्चन छोड़ो, अगर इनके बारे में एक छोटी सी बात भी बोल दे, तो फुल सहेलियों के साथ हाथ में हाथ डाल के आ जाते हैं ट्विटर पर। तो ग्रुपिज्म की बात ऐसी है भाई, हम तो करते हैं यार, हम एक दूसरे को इतना हेल्प करते हैं, बैक करते हैं, और कौन नहीं चाहता। फिर बोलेंगे ये तो व्यूज के लिए कर रहा है, भोसड़ी का कंट्रोवर्सी व्यूज हाथ डाल के आ जाते हैं ट्विटर पर। हम इलाके में 2nd फ्लोर पे 1 BHK में कुछ फैमिली रह रहे हो, आयरनी कर रहा था, मैं आयरनिकल कर रहा था, तुझे जोक समझ में नहीं आता का, मैं आयरनिकल करता हूँ। चल खैर, इसी बहाने तेरे दोस्तों का ट्विटर रिवाइव तो हुआ।
Like, what the hell, Lakshay, man? And the fact that these people, the fact that he pretty much supports Elvish, like, and it's just like Lakshay is just like, what the hell, man? So another point about Lakshay I found weird is that like, this dude's pretty much like a turncloak, basically, just like Elvish is. Like, Elvish, as I mentioned in the previous segment, Elvish is a turncloak to almost everything, even his own thoughts for like 3 seconds. Like, bro, I wanna eat lunch at my mom's house. Fuck it, I'm gonna go to some dab or something and eat whatever the hell I want.
चंडीगढ़ तक यो गाड़ी चला होगा, उसके बाद भाई मैं चलाऊंगा, जहाँ तक चलाई जाओगी। आज घर पहुंचना है किसी भी तरह करके, क्योंकि मेरे को ना याद आ रही घर का खाना खाना, ऊपर तक किसी ढाबे पे रोक ले जल्दी भाई।
And that he decides within 3 seconds, so he's turning the pros. So, well, with Lakshay, it's pretty much a lot simplified. It's very, like, he just says that. I mean, apart from that, Elvish also pretty much basically turns the decisions really fast based on what the other people are saying, because he has to save his ass from Lakshay, as I mentioned. Like, of course, I mean, I have to take down TikToks, I have to take TikTok down, but I'm sure he shouldn't find these garbages lying over there. So Lakshay, basically, he tends to be a bit of a salty dink person himself, even though dink and salt pretty much don't have any correlation apart from Lakshay being one of them. Enough of dink salt jokes. I mean, basically, if you don't know, dink basically means cold. Yeah, dink actually means cold. I'm not joking. I'll just show you this Google definition over here. So basically, with Lakshay, he pretty much seems to turn out his decisions. I can give one example where he pretty much calls out Dank Rishu back in the day when Rishu had at least around I don't know, maybe 70k subscribers, and back he was getting famous, recognized for his old things. Basically his old series content chalky that where he makes videos on people that make really shit content, basically. So basically Lakshay seems to be appreciating him in his old videos.
डैंग रिशु 70,000 सब्सक्राइबर पे स्टिल जितना डैंग उसका कंटेंट है और जिस परसेंटेज पे अपनी ऑडियंस के साथ इंटरेक्शन रखता है, जो उसका इम्पैक्ट अपनी ऑडियंस का पूरी यूट्यूब कम्युनिटी में मिलियंस वालों का भी नहीं है, तो भैया उसका भी मैं
Now of course people do change, and so did Lakshay. Just backwards. Basically Lakshay was like, yeah, I support Dank Rishu, man, and blah blah blah. They just in this clip. And then Lakshay just says in the next few videos, he's pretty much he starts to call out Rishu in such awkward ways. He says these sort of things. He starts to pretty much say that in the name, in a few of his videos, he pretty much in the name of sponsorship, he's pretty much putting Rishu as a head start as some sort of hook. These are his older videos, but of course, why am I talking about his older videos? Of course I shouldn't, but
ओम नमो धूम चूचड़ाई डैंग रिशु की गांड फाट जा। तो भैया जब तक डैंग रिशु खून की उल्टी मार के खत्म होगा तब तक मैं तुम्हें पैसा कमाने का एक तरीका बता रहा हूँ.
To understand what he is doing now, we have to go back a little to the past. These videos are not they're almost a year ago, but still it's pretty much relevant to look at his present behavior. Lakshay basically started to call out Rishu and sponsorships and stuff, saying in the name of Rishu, and then he starts to even call out Rishu, starts saying that I'm gonna take your ass. He starts openly saying that, and then he even calls out his YouTube friends. Pretty much this YouTuber called Papa because he talks about his lips and all that. I don't know, man. Even I have big lips. Not as big as his, but he starts to pretty much body shame.
भैया जी मैंने किसी को मार बोल दिया. ये पापा ओकस ने मैसेज किया था मुझे मेरे इनबॉक्स में. मतलब पापा ओकस लड़कों को मैसेज करता है. दैट मीन्स पापा ओकस इज गे. पापा ओकस इज गे. पापा ओकस इज गे. बट ओकस, सी माय ब्रो, आई एम नॉट एट ऑल इंटरेस्टेड इन डार्क बॉयज. और मेरा पूरा इंटरेस्ट चबी क्यूट गर्ल्स में है. इसीलिए तुम अपना लोशन उठाओ और किसी और लड़के के पास और यूट्यूबर के पास जाओ परवाने. नोटी गे बॉय. पापा होगा
बस एक बार इनकी शक्ल देखो, कॉन्स्टिपेटेड सी लुक लग रही है. अगर एक्चुअली हाइट बढ़ानी है ना तो भाई कुछ लोगों की बातें आपको सुननी बंद करनी पड़ेगी. अबे ये है क्या? एक होते हैं होट, ये तो सारा लकड़ी का पुर्जा है. इतना बनाऊं आपके साथ भी ऐसा होता है.
कोई इनसिक्योर नहीं अपनी बॉडी को लेके. भाई तुम डीमोटिवेट करते हो कि भाई अगर तुम्हारी हाइट छोटी है तो लड़की नहीं मिलेगी. अरे आप ना लोगों को डीमोटिवेट कर रहे हो, इनसिक्योर कर रहे हो उनकी बॉडी को लेके, जो जैसे बोल रहा है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है भाई. लोगों को डीमोटिवेट करना बंद करो, लोगों को इनसिक्योर करना बंद करो. बहुत सारे लोग इंस्टाग्राम पे बहुत अच्छा कंटेंट बनाते हैं. वो सोचते हैं यार ये देखो ये बहन चो टेढ़े मेढ़े बाल करके गंदी शकल के पतले पतले से भोसड़ी के गंदे. ये इनके फॉलोवर हैं बहुत सारे और हमारे एक भी फॉलोवर नहीं है. अरे बेटो शकल अच्छी ना, कम से कम रील्स तो अच्छी बना लेगा. भाई इतनी गंदी शकल के दिखते हैं, मतलब इतनी भूंडी शकल है इनकी. अगर तुम विदाउट फिल्टर देख लोगे ना तुम्हारी उल्टी भी बाहर नहीं आई. एक बारी को उल्टी भी कह देगी मुझे बाहर नहीं आना.
And then the fact that Lakshay is in the video is just and then what the hell, man. And then Lakshay pretty much ends up he didn't body shame gang Rishu in the video, but he pretty much said that this, like, it's pretty ironic where, you know, this Lucas says that, you know, you can, you know, just call people poor and, like, you know, this word called gavar, like, basically illiterate just like that. But guess what? Lakshay basically does exactly that. He has 2 points in that video and he uses that 1 point and he randomly calls out Rishu by saying that, yeah, you're the poor guy, you live in that, you know, some store and pigsty and all that, and then, you know, that whole excuse, like, you know, that his followers treat him like God, like he's army, like Hamwi Kiski and all that shit. And then he starts saying that, yeah, you are a Gavar. Like, basically, he just takes Rishu, puts him in the Gavar point, and then he's just like, yeah, you are that. Like,
हमारे बस के लटके झटके मारना नहीं है और ना ही हमें तुम्हारी जैसी फेस वैल्यू करनी कि जहाँ भी जाएं लोग बस यही बोले। तुम एक इंसान के सेक्सुअल प्रेफरेंस तक का भी मजाक उड़ाते हो। हमें तो भाई गंवार बोल देते हैं, माय डॉग। चाहे खुद दिल्ली के सबसे कंजेस्टेड चोल टाइप इलाके में 2nd फ्लोर पे 1 BHK में विद फैमिली रह रहे हो, क्योंकि बाकी तो कुछ डिफेंस में बोलने को रहता नहीं है, भले खुद के थायराइड के इंजेक्शन के लिए भी मिलाप पे फंडरेजर का कैंपेन चलाना पड़ रहा हो।
I mean, he didn't directly call him Gavar, he basically did it indirectly, because otherwise if he did directly, then you know, Lakshay, you're in for a big turn, you know, because the audience isn't that stupid anymore, even though there are less brains cells, you know, sometimes, you know, considering how many people actually liked this video in the beginning. In the end, for Lakshay, I would just say that I don't know what this creature is. At one side, he pretty much supports Rishu, like what the fuck? He supports Rishu at one side, and then on the other side, he's like, you know, I just hate you, bitch. What the f are you? And all that. Like, he starts to, you know, take his ass and all that. And on the other side, no, I secretly actually, yeah, recently he pretty much commented on one of Rishu's videos appreciating it, and then again he's pretty much taking Rishu's ass. So it's pretty much like even he's turning his clothes too fast. Like, bro, Lakshay, like, what the f do you want? No, seriously, what the f do you actually think about this guy or anyone else? Like, just decide whether you find him okay or you not. Like, if you hate him, then just delete that comment and just, you know, like, if you don't like him, then just delete that comment that you made. And if you do, then, you know, just apologize or something, you know, or I don't know, man. What the fuck can you do, man? I guess you don't have enough brain cells to, you know, actually decide what to do next, because all you are using your brain cells is in the power of turning your clothes and all again and again, just like your friend Elvis does. Morality and ethics, which pretty much I'm gonna summarize what these people do have is, well, they don't have much morality, apart from, you know, it's pretty evident at this point what all the points I said about these people pretty much, you know, bashing people, straight up openly bullying people, and then at the same time saying that, look, I live in the things start to get fucked up, like people start taking their ass, they're like, no, look, we don't actually wanna bully anyone, किसी की भी आँख नहीं आने चाहिए यार, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है, and then
लेकिन हम कितने भी टॉक्सिक हैं, एटलीस्ट दूसरों को हैशटैग एंड करके साइबर बुली तो नहीं कराते, लेकिन जब फिर खुद वही हरकतें करते हैं तो बोल दो
रोस्ट का मतलब है कि सामने वाला थोड़ा सा तो ऑफेंड हो जाए।
मुंह से कह के हेट डलवा दी ना, घर भी आवेंगे लोग बाग गाली दें, घर भी मारेंगे बहन दिया, भाग जाएगा टिकटॉक पिकपॉक छोड़ गए, सुसाइड नोट में नाम लिख जाएगा नुको मेरी मौत का जिम्मेदार।
और मेरे तो दिल से ही भाई कतई इतनी बुरी बद्दुआ लिख दी थी इनके लिए कि इनकी ऐप के चूतड़ों मत बढ़िया। फिर से वापस एक बार बोल दो दोस्तों, टिकटॉक तेरी बहन
की। आयरनी कर रहा था मैं, आयरनिकल कर रहा था। तुझे जोक समझ में नहीं आता क्या? मैं आयरनिकल करता हूँ।
बट देखो यार, मैं सिर्फ गलत चीजें पॉइंट आउट नहीं करूंगा, मैं वहाँ की कुछ अच्छी चीजें भी पॉइंट करूंगा। यार पाकिस्तान बहुत सारी अच्छी अच्छी चीजें भी पाकिस्तान में, जैसे कि कोक स्टूडियो, नॉन वेज कुकिंग चैनल्स, दाऊद इब्राहिम, हाफिज सईद और कौन कौन से अच्छे अच्छे टेररिस्ट है वहाँ पे।
मेरे को बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगा कि मेरे कंटेंट की वजह से, मेरे रोस्ट वीडियो की वजह से किसी की भी आंखों में आंसू आए, चाहे वो हो चाहे कोई भी हो। मैं सिर्फ एंटरटेनमेंट पर्पस के लिए बनाता हूँ। प्लीज मैं अपनी पब्लिक से अपील करना चाहूँगा, यार तुम लोग इतने अच्छे हो, कसम से बता रहा हूँ तुम बहुत अच्छे हो। प्लीज किसी को गाली मत दो, किसी के कमेंट सेक्शन में, किसी के मैसेज में प्लीज गाली मत दो यार।
Like, he pretty much just says that don't bully. Like, I don't want my videos to be such things for, you know, people that people start crying because of them. Then bitch, what the hell is this?
फ्रेंड हो के यार कंट्रोवर्सी क्रिएट मत करना, क्योंकि तुम्हारी गाड़ फाड़ दूंगा। बस तुम्हें और वीडियो चाहिए ना पाकिस्तान के ऊपर, इनकी गाड़ फाड़ने को तुम्हारा भाई एवर रेडी बैठा है। समझ गए, ऑफेंड होने वाली बहन जो जनता आ गई होगी।
Because of you both, this guy almost died. Like seriously, you made like you have so many videos on him. He like, of course, like, you know, like you straight up pulled him like some sort of thing, and then you kind of started to take sides like back when you know, it turned out like, you know, that Swag official scammed you, scammed that Baba, and then you were like, oh yeah, Swag, you're this, you're that, and all. And then when Baba turned out to want more money, oh no, Baba is shit. Now what the hell, man? What the hell do you really want? Like seriously, like whose side are you taking? You're just turning your clothes based on audience.
तो यार मैं गौरव भाई की गलती गिनवाता हूँ। पहली तो ये कि वो बाबा के ढाबे पे गए और वहाँ पे जाके उन्होंने फंड रेज क्यों करे, जब बाबा को किसी की जरूरत नहीं थी, किसी के हेल्प की जरूरत नहीं थी कि भाई इमीडिएट हेल्प चाहिए हो, कि भाई बाबा को जरूरत पड़ रही है पैसों की, बाबा का दिमाग खराब है, मतलब किसी भी चीज का क्रेडिट तो छोड़ो बैंड। सबसे पहली बात तो यार तुम पैसे खाने छोड़ दो। और भाई देखो, स्कैम बहुत टाइप के होते हैं। मैंने अपनी वीडियो में ये बोला कि उसने पैसों का स्कैम करा, जो कि उसने करा था। मैंने बोला स्कैम करा, स्कैम निकला है। अब मेरे को क्या लेना देना कि भाई बाबा बाद में ऐठबाजी करे, यार भैया उसने स्कैम करा और वो स्कैम करा उसने। और मैं तुम्हें कहूँ कि एक ग्राफ ऊपर नीचे करके तुम पैसे कमा लोगे।
यस यस यस, नीचे। ओह यस।
तुम मानोगे नहीं मानोगे? आप मानोगे तो भाई लिंक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन। थैंक यू। कोई यूट्यूबर है जो अपनी हर वीडियो में बोलता दिस वीडियो स्पॉन्सर्ड बाय 1xyz, और भाई फुटबॉल पे सट्टे लगाओ, क्रिकेट पे सट्टे लगाओ, तुम्हें $100 साइन अप बोनस भी मिलेगा। वही है ना?
It's pretty much like they don't, like the audience isn't able to decide, and this is what, like, you know, the YouTube creators take advantage of these days. Like, you know, just flip the audience's side so that, you know, they bring more attention to themselves, and you know, it's their gain instead of anyone else's. And so it's pretty much evident that these people also have pretty much, I can at this point I just, like, you know, if I outright say that their audiences are dim-wit and lack with people, and like, you know, like they just bloody can't decide amongst themselves like what is really, you know, okay, like is everything, like, you know, to taken to extremities or whatnot. Like it's pretty much at this point evident. For Lakshay's audience, I can kind of, you know, again, it depends, you know, they're like a better understanding, considering how much Lakshay has changed from the past, from all the way to Dink, you know, the guy who claimed that he is a
दूसरे लड़की के मोलेस्टर हैं, वे पोटेंशियल लिस्ट हैं।
तो बहुत से लोग आपके अंदर ये गलतफहमी पैदा कर देते हैं, हमारी में जैसी बना देते हैं कि होमोफोबिक है, रेसिस्ट है, रेसिस्ट है।
From that to he pretty much ended up being what he is now. I mean, look, Lakshay at this point pretty much, he doesn't make, like, I mean, not all of his videos are like shit. No, I'm not saying that I hate Lakshay, but few of his, you know, perks, they're just, you know, like, we're like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck are you doing with your whole YouTube career or something? Like, what the hell is this? For Lakshay, I would just say that, seriously, man, like, if next time when you're trying to make a YouTube video, I want a roast video or whatever, I want to see this guy's face in your videos and where you're talking about him. And you can just, I'm sure, like, you can just support him, especially after what Rishu did to Elvish and his own content short, latest content short video. So I'm sure Lakshay, there's no way Lakshay is gonna support Elvish anymore. To save his ass, now Lakshay has to pretty much, you know, betray Elvish. To save his ass, he pretty much has to, you know, leave Elvish. Yeah, basically the whole morality aspect. Lakshay, I can understand that, like, that sometimes that dude, you know, he just kind of fucked up. Apart from, you know, disrespecting both the dead and the people and the one who almost died because of him.
सुसाइड नोट में नाम लिख देगा उनको, मेरी मौत का जिम्मेदार लक्ष्य चौधरी है.
You know, Lakshay has a little bit of morality, if not like, you know, like what noble level is. And there's no noble level at this point. So Lakshay pretty much has a little bit of morality as of now, and I hope he does carry on with it, you know, considering his friend circle. So, and for Elvish, I'm sure at this point, man, this creature doesn't know what the fuck is he doing. Like, seriously, what the hell? Like, he literally doesn't. And then he pretty much ends up making bash videos on many people. This guy even got so fucking pissed by Drew Ratty. Now he's pretty much, he made like 16-minute video, which okay, like in that video he basically didn't do what he usually did, like back in the, like a few months ago, basically bullying and sorts. That was like more of a exposed video, like what Drew Ratty is like doing. But you know, next, you know, things get a lot weirder when, not weirder, but a lot, you know, like what the fuck, like when Elvis says that he's gonna make an entire film on Drew Ratty.
बात बताऊं, ये ना सिर्फ ट्रेलर था, तेरे ऊपर ना पूरी फिल्म निकाल दूंगा. तो भाई के ऊपर फिल्म बहुत जल्दी आ रही है, उसका वेट है, तो भाई कमेंट सेक्शन में मेरे को बता देना.
Which is like, it's just completely like you know, unnecessary. Like, you don't really have to make a film on him. Like, you could, it's just like pretty much doesn't make sense. Plus, if you're, you know, saying pretty much the same points you did the last time, but with a lot more, like, you know, what you did with your second last roast video. So, you know, of course, you know, YouTube's gonna kick your ass. I guess again, like pretty much YouTube pretty much took down your video, and then it turns out YouTube put it back up. I don't know why. You know, even though in most of his videos bullying is pretty much evident, and that's against YouTube's policies. So Elvish, I would just say that, you know, Elvish, you don't fucking have any morality, and stop telling others that, you know, they should have morality if you don't even have shits on your ass. What the fuck is that saying? Like, if you don't have any shits up you, any sort of morality up your ass, then you don't expect others to, you know, reflect, you know, any morality towards you, or like don't tell others to have any morals.
प्लीज किसी को गाली मत दो, किसी के कमेंट सेक्शन में, किसी के मैसेज में प्लीज गाली मत दो यार.
For the morality, you know, there are many clips that sums up how Elvis really functions with his own morality aspect, and it just makes no sense. And as for the whole dankness thing, now of course this point is just like, I don't really understand why everyone calls themselves dank. About, like, not everyone, but some of YouTube in his audience, they pretty much end up calling themselves dank when they're kind of just, you know, in the name of roasting, they just like, you know, I'm dank, bro, I'm not normie. I don't understand this whole dank and normie classification. I'll talk about this whole dank normie thing in the next video, or maybe in another future video. But in the end, to conclude this, I would just say that it just fucking doesn't make sense. In the name of roasting, you know, you're just saying, bro, my humor is just, my content's just too dank, so I bet your normie arses couldn't handle it. And like, bruh, first of all, dank means cold. So if you're overusing that cold dank word, so you're just calling yourself cold, you're just calling yourself roasting cold, plus using dank and roasting like that together. I make content in the roasting genre, my content is dank and whatnot, you know, it just, and you know, using dank and, you know, roasting together, there's no coherence. Roasting basically is associated with heat and fire and hotness, like, you know, you're roasting something and then you use dank next to it. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get this whole thing. So, you know, everyone knows that back in the day, you know, Lakshay called himself some sort of dank YouTuber, and the ironical part is he pretty much, you know, he called himself dank YouTuber, and then he calls out Ratio in this Ass Cracks video for being dink and all that, Rishu's audience for calling themselves dink and HVK and army vibes and all that.
14 साल का हूँ लेकिन दूसरों के कमेंट्स में HV के लिख के फुल आर्मी वाली फील ले लेता हूँ। तो चलो आओ थोड़ी डैंक लेसन्स ले लेते हैं। ऐसे तो कहने को बड़े डैंक लाउड बनते हैं, हार्ड दूंगा हार्ड। अब इंडिया को हम और ज्यादा नॉर्मी नहीं रहने देंगे, ये टट्टी वाला दिमाग अब बदलना पड़ेगा और इंडिया को भी अब डैंक बनना पड़ेगा। हमें तो भाई गंवार बोल देते हैं, माय डॉग। सामने वाला अगर हरियाणा यूपी के 100 बीघे वाला अकेला कुंवर भी है तो भी उसको गंवार बोल देता हूँ। दूसरों पर फुल एलिगेशंस लगा देते हैं, प्रोनाउंसिएशन और एक्सेंट पे जज कर लेते हैं भाई हमको, तो भले ही फिर खुद सेम लिंगो पे अपनी स्किट्स बना रहे हो।
फोकस मेरे भाई, अगर इंग्लिश आ गई और एसेंट इंडिया से अलग है तेरा तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं तू सबसे ज्यादा होशियार है।
Like, I don't really understand what the fuck does army have to do with that whole dankness. Like, what the hell? Like, you're saying that people in the army are like dank as fuck or something? Like, what the hell? Like, I don't get this point. So the whole outcome of this whole morality and ethics part is pretty much that as the result of course their videos you will, but as for these people's audience, Elvish and Lakshay, like for Lakshay's audience, yeah, like it depends, some people in his audience are like okay, like they understand what he claims to be liberal, and some people are just outright like the pelvis Yadav audience type, pretty much just supports him blindly without thinking about what he's saying. Like, even though there are so many points about bullying that ironic, like they pretty much don't advocate against. So pretty much Elvish just when Elvish does it, pretty much they just like, oh, okay, and when anyone else does it, like in Elvish's videos or something, the person who Elvish is reacting to, they're like, oh gosh, you can't do this shit, cancel him and all that. Like, it's just hypocrisy at this point. The audience of these people are quite gullible, they don't understand, especially if you take this guy's audience as an example. He pretty much talks too fast, he doesn't really give time for you to think, and so you end up kind of just blindly supporting him. Alright, so in conclusion, like the last message I would pretty much like to give is that you need to actually to Elvish, I would just say that yeah, like you might have won in some places, you might have changed, but don't think that if you have changed then all of these things are justified, all of these things that are in your plate are justified. And yeah, for Lakshay I would just say that please, for fuck's sake, just tell what the fuck do you actually mean, what the hell do you want, and try to I'm sure you won't be able to justify this crap because of what you did in this guy's video. And about that also, for Lakshay, I don't know, just specify what the hell do you want. And for Elvis, I would just say that, as Rishu said, to hide one mistake, you won't be able to hide the rest 5 mistakes. So you have to be careful of that, and pretty much you have to be careful. Your videos, most of your almost your whole channel, not almost, pretty much all of your channel is full of bullying and all these sort of content. So YouTube's watching and you need to be careful, because the next video you make might kind of get flagged up for bullying, and this time it may not be mass reported, this time it actually might be YouTube taking down your videos, your ass. So what you can really do at this point, with Elvish and what has happened, would you report him? I'm not sure, I'm not gonna say that, yeah, go report him, mass report him for what he did, report, a few of his videos, I mean, it's up to you whether you wanna report him or not. I'm not gonna be here as per se, I'm not gonna promote any of these, mass reporting tactics, because in the end, mass reporting isn't really going to work. Even though for Elvish it somehow worked and Rishu's video ended up getting taken down by some manual review, but for again, mass reporting doesn't serve any justice or much of some sorts. So would you destroy that ego or something? Like pretty much the audience is not fooled, so pretty much at this point, Elvis's comments after I'm sure even after the whole content chalky dad thing, Elvis's comments must be like full of all of those things, and like pretty much Elvis at this point is like, you know, his people will actually rate his comments and would have by now asked a lot of those things and what happened. And diss tracks. What would you do? Will you make diss tracks on them? Well, that's another story. And lastly, I would say just please, for fuck's sake, just please fucking stop. Like whatever people I've made videos on, like most of them have learned from their mistakes, except these people, except this bearded woman, except this guy, this, you know, Gaurav, and then this Gaurav, and then a few others, you know, the rest have pretty much learned, but for you, I would just say that please fucking stop. And as for your channel, you know, pretty much at this point, all you can do is, you know, you would have no choice but to apologize and address and publicly talk about Rishu and what he did, and you would have no choice but to apologize at this point. And you know, you might even have to delete most of your videos due to that whole bullying thing. So you have to stop at this point because it's just getting really out of hand, that whole bullying situation and the harassment, shitting on people and just shitting on people in general, and that whole widespread hypocrisy and, you know, turning your opinions in 3 seconds like some sort of mega mind you are. And as for consequences, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of consequences. This whole thing could go in different tangents, like YouTube could pretty much end up, you know, deleting your channel, your video, most of your videos, kind of striking your channel, which YouTube actually did, you know. They did strike his channel and you know, pretty much put him under a 7-day or 1 week ban so that he couldn't post videos. But then again, that ban is lifted, so man's free again. So man, Elvis will just start making videos. I'm not sure what kind of videos. And then another tangent could be that, you know, people will, again, this is most likely, people will start to call him out, you know, for what he did, you know, with the Rishu or whatever, like allegations and whatnot, which people have been calling him out for the past week. Like even Lakshay ended up addressing this controversy in some way. And then another tangent is that, well, like pretty much there are a lot more tangents to this. Like Elvis could end up, you know, his career could be at stake. IRL, things could not get better any IRL. I mean, how worse could things get? Like this guy, like getting called out IRL and.
एक मिनट, अरे एल्विस भाई इसको देखो
बीच में मेरा खुंदस चढ़ गई थी कि मैं इनके साढ़े सबके ऊपर फॉर्च्यूनर तार के ना मार दूं।
आजा, एक्सीडेंट होगा, मेरा संभाल कौन लेके जल्दी, एक्सीडेंट होगा, जल्दी आजा 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 आजा।
तो भाई ये हमारी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप ऐसे हमें बदनाम मत करो।
लेके जा, और टूट गया। यूट्यूब स्टार है वो, एल्विस है यूट्यूब स्टार।
I mean, of course, in IRL, this guy's pretty much a cock. Basically, in the name of that whole Instagram pixie, in the name of that whole guns, like you're not allowed to, you know, use finger guns and all that. In the name of guns, he pretty much puts his gun on his car, you know, front shield of the car, pretty much under the windshield and the bonnet. He puts his car. Puts his gun and then he says that yeah, it's licensed or something, and that, you know, all that stereotypical Haryana and all that shit. Like
तुम सारे वो चलाते होगे, टिकटॉक चलाते होगे, बट सच बताऊं तो ये जो कंसेप्ट वीडियो चल रही है, गोली मार रहे हैं, साढ़े हाथ से गोली मार रहे हैं, जो कुछ भी हो रहा, तो इससे ना यार तुम लोगों के ऊपर एक बैड इम्पैक्ट ही पड़ेगा मेरे हिसाब से, अगर देखा जाए तो।
जो तुम ये बिना परमिशन के बंदूक दिखा रहे हो ये इंस्टाग्राम पे, भाई वो दिन भी दूर नहीं है जब मोदी जी इंस्टाग्राम का भी जनाजा उठा देंगे कि बहन जो क्या दिखाने लग रहे हो तुम इलीगल चीजें।
Elvis pretty much says in one of his videos like, yeah, like like accidents and all. And then in the same video he said like, I wish that like I could just sat in a car and just roll my car over this guy. It'd be just because one guy's content was shit. So
बीच में मेरे खुंदस चढ़ गई थी कि मैं इनके सारे सबके ऊपर फॉर्च्यूनर तार गया ना और फिर मैंने ना प्लान ड्रॉप कर दिया। मैं कहा इन्हें मार दूंगा तो सारे मजाक किसका उड़ाऊंगा।
Elvis, you're just gone, man. So yeah, I think that's it for today's video. This is a pretty long one. I don't know, fucking long one. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. If you guys like this video, you can like, you can share also, you can subscribe, maybe you can comment. You can also, if you want for more videos, you can subscribe and click the bell icon for more videos. You can comment what you thought about this. And I think for additional support you can follow me on these links in the description, and also for further support you can follow me on my social media. You've got Instagram, you've got Twitter, you've got Facebook, you've got Reddit, but primarily those are there. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, because you know what, I actually have to sacrifice my brain cells that in the near future, so I'm sure this is gonna be much, because I have some things to clean out, especially some mess out there. I'll see you guys in another video. See you. Peace out. Bye bye.
हु केयर्स भाई है भाई, शॉर्ट ही लेते रहते हैं सब पे भाई। हु केयर्स भाई, हु केयर लंड केयर, तेरा कोई लंड नहीं केयर करता भाई। मेरी माँ की चूत केयर्स फॉर मी दो। किडिंग 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 भाई, किडिंग। एक्सपोज वीडियो आएगी मेरे ऊपर 50 बेंच। अभी पेट से जो बच्चे निकले। हु केयर्स एक्सपोज, हु केयर्स का एंड हो गया, एंड हु केयर्स। हाँ भाई एंड हो गया भाई, एंड हो गया। मैं भाई थैंक यू फॉर द प्यार दैट यू गेव मी। सो भाई कर लो एंड भाई।